Welcome back to the Martha Zoller Show. We are here with Lieutenant Governor of Georgia, Burt Jones. Welcome.
Hey, Martha. Good to be with you. Always a pleasure.
So it's crossover day.
It
so
is.
How many have you done of these? About 14, 13, something like
Too
that?
many, Martha. Let's see. I guess this will be number 12. This will be
Okay.
number 12 is did 10 years in the Senate, and now 2 as Lieutenant Governor. So I'm getting a little age on me now, Martha. I'm getting a little age.
So most of your agenda really has gotten through before today.
Yes.
A lot of what you were trying to do. But what are you looking for today as kind of your number one thing that you're watching?
You know, really, there's on today's agenda. There's not a lot that's on today that's kind of been our goal. Our goal of reforming healthcare, making it more accessible, particularly in rural Georgia, is already over in the House. On the educational front, we've been really focused on workforce development things, and both at the higher education and the K through 12 level. Those initiatives have already been sent over to the House. So public safety, we've got a majority of those things in public safety, whether it was bail reform or whether it was tougher laws on repeat offenders, drug dealers, bad actors. We did pass a fentanyl bill here this week that has become pretty, in the spotlight pretty significantly in the last few days with some things that have gone on here locally. And so really today is just about the Senate members trying to get some of their priorities done, and so as you know, get them over to the House, and so they can be considered over there.
We're sitting here on Thursday, and it's a week since the death of Laken Riley.
Mm-hmm.
And how it seems like a sea change happened on that day,
Mm-hmm.
Internationally, nationally, around the country, here. How did her death impact how you all are looking at legislation right now?
Well, a lot of us, like myself, University of Georgia grad, love Athens,
Me
Georgia.
too. I'm a double dog.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how old you are, how long it's been since you've been on the campus. When you go back there, you get this revived energy, when you're there. So it was a shock. I've got 2 nephews there at University of Georgia. My brother was probably one of the first people to call me. He said, "What's going on, over there?" Because obviously, I tell people, Clark County is the smallest county geographically in the state of Georgia. And what makes it tick, what makes people want to go there is the University of Georgia. And those kids that are there at the University of Georgia are the most important asset that community has. And when you have an asset that drives your economy, like the University of Georgia and the students' bodies that attend it, they should be number one priority. And the lackluster attitude that we've had out of the elected officials from the city government over there, from the mayor's office, council members, and on down, has been brewing for years now. And this incident, this awful, tragic murder. Really, I think, just was the straw that has really, broken the camel's back here. People are mad, they're upset, and like I said, it's been simmering for quite some time. But this unimaginable death of this young lady really has got a lot of people, pretty upset.
I mean, it really has, because you've got this situation where in several places this could have been avoided.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't meet asylum criteria, yet he was let across the border.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we know what day he came across the border. It's not like we don't have any records on him. He didn't just surprise
That's right.
people. Goes to a sanctuary city, New York, has a couple of interactions with law enforcement there. Still, things don't happen, but one of them is endangering the life of a child. We don't know exactly what that was,
Right.
but it was a serious enough charge that he thought he had to get out of there and
In
go
New York.
somewhere else.
In New York, where the
yeah.
court systems probably
Then
aren't.
somehow he ends up in Athens, Georgia, with his brother, and I mean, it's just a horrible thing. And I think what's happening now is where these cases, I don't want to say we're being covered up, but now people are saying, wait a minute, we've had something like that happen here and here and here. And it's senseless is what it is. We got enough of our own problems.
It is, and you're seeing it on TV. I mean, you look on TV and you see the invasion that is going on in this country. It's not just a few people here and there crossing the border. You've got literally tens of thousands. They give us a number of 8 to 9 million. Well, the truth of the matter is we have no idea what that number is. It could be twice that. We don't know. But it is. But the trickle effect of that. The ripple effect of that, I should say, is that you have an increase in crime, you have an increase in drugs, you have an increase in human trafficking that is going on all over the country right now. And the federal government, the current administration, is doing nothing about it. In fact, they're probably helping aid the situation by sitting on the sideline and not providing any support, any help, anything. And so now the states are seeing things like increase in fentanyl deaths from drug trafficking, increase in human trafficking, children, women. I mean, it's
21st century slavery is what it is.
It is, and it's scary, and it is sickening, and it's disgusting when you learn about a lot of the details of these organizations. And so, yeah, I think people are tired of it. They want to see political elected officials do substantial things to prevent it and go after not just the ones committing the crime, but the ones who are harboring, the crime. And that's what you have in Athens, Georgia, and that's what you have with that mayor who came out and did a press conference. A total lack of judgment, a total lack of reality. And he ought to be ashamed of himself to come out and try to tie Charlottesville, 2019 Charlottesville, whatever he was trying to do, to a death that happened to one of a young lady minding her own business out trying to enjoy the day and run around the great city of Athens. So we're gonna put something forward that's going to have in the next couple of days that it's going to be significant for these sanctuary cities, and it involves funding and it involves other things, but we will get their attention. I can assure you that. And
honestly, I never heard the term sanctuary city until probably 10, 15 years ago. Mm-hmm. And to think that somebody is going to say publicly they're not going to enforce certain laws, mm-hmm. and think they're not going to have trouble that comes from that.
That's right. That's right. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's you're right. I mean, you're inviting it when you do that. You're inviting it. And when you have a DA who does not abide by the laws and does not prosecute these criminals, the criminal element out there is they know what's going on, and they know what they can and can't do, and the communities that they will get pushback from. And guess what? They don't go to those communities. They go to places like what's going on in Athens or here in Fulton County or DeKalb County, where they have proclaimed sanctuary cities. Probably not DeKalb County as much as some of the other ones, but this is something serious that another reason why we've got to get the DA oversight committee oversight signed into law, so that it gives the legislators the tools to go after somebody like the DA in Athens who's not doing their job.
So one final question before we let you go is that you've done a lot of work with historically black colleges and universities. Tell us a little bit about that and what you've accomplished this session.
Yeah, I was excited. Obviously, Georgia has a rich tradition of historically black universities. The majority of them are private, but we do have several public institutions. It fits into my workforce development initiative. I said, look, we want to be engaged with our K through 12 college and career academies, technical colleges, and our university systems. And the portion of the university system that I didn't have as much knowledge as I would like to have was our HBCU. So we decided to, in the off-season, tour each one of them, find out what they do well, find out what their strengths are, find out what they want to be known for, and how we can partner as a state in those geographic areas that they're located: Savannah State, Albany State, Fort Valley State, and then of course the ones here in Atlanta, Morehouse, Spelman, and Clark, Atlanta. We wanted to do more with them. We got funding in for Albany State for for remodeling a building. We're working on getting additional student housing for them. We're working with Fort Valley State, which is a agricultural school. I don't know if a lot of people know that. They're agriculturally focused. We were looking at putting together a feasibility study about putting a vet school. We got a shortages of veterinarians here in the state. We only have one vet school, which is University of Georgia. I think Fort Valley would be a nice fit for that. Savannah State, they got one of the premier marine biology programs right there in Savannah, and that's a beautiful campus right there on the coast. So we've got money in or resources, and some of it's money, some of it's other things in place for those schools. And I was impressed with a lot of the leadership, and have been impressed with the feedback and kind of the goals we put in place to help them be more involved and helping produce the next generation of workforce and people here in the state.
So thank you for being with us today. Hope in April we're going to be celebrating our 75th anniversary in business. WDUN is.
Wow,
and so
okay.
we're going to be opening up a new studio on the square where it all started. So we invite you to come back and come and see us.
Okay, absolutely. Well, always a pleasure to be on the show, and I appreciate you coming down here and having us on.
Thank you.
Thank you.